Hello, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can get us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. And I want to show you today a Mickey Mouse animated telephone, and Monica sent this in from South Carolina. And basically the head and the hand was not moving properly, and the hand here will move back and forth, and the head sits in this location and it goes back and forth also. So in an earlier video that we did of this telephone, what we showed was on this triangle type bracket that the head fits on, goes down into the gearbox, and there's a guide that runs on an oblong gear, and the hand and arm does the same thing. So basically the guide was broke. The spring was off, but the guide was broke, and so we went ahead and repaired that. We showed that in an earlier video where that guide was broke, and talked about how we repair them. There's a couple of different ways that we repair them because they don't always break in the same spot, so each repair is kind of a different situation, and you get a couple of them that are broken in the same place, but most of the time they break in different places, and so the repair ends up being different on them. It's not always the same type of repair. So anyway, in order to show you, I had to put the gearbox back together again, and or I would have shown you the repair, but we have to put that back together again to be able to test the telephone. And that's basically what we're going to do right now. I'm going to go ahead and ring the telephone. I'm going to get something here to hold down the hand for the hook switch, and I'll go ahead and ring it.
Oh, gee, I wonder who it could be. It's for you, huh? Well, what do you know?
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and answer it, and basically now we'll have dial tone. And I'm just going to hit a couple of numbers because it's up underneath here, the keypad. I'm just going to hit a 2 there. So we know the numbers work. We'll check the modulation. Every time that red light lights on the analyzer, that shows 100% modulation on the transmit. So we know all that is working, and I'm going to go ahead and reach over and press the demo button.
Oh boy, a phone call. Oh, gee, I wonder who it could be. It's for you, huh?
I'm going to go ahead and stop it. So now that we know that the bracket for the head that takes it on down into the gearbox and the guide that was broke, now that we know all that's been repaired, you can see that it's working now. And under normal usage and normal conditions, you shouldn't have to worry about the guide breaking again. But this gives you a look at a Mickey Mouse telephone that is kind of all apart because of the fact that you can't get to the gearbox without totally taking everything apart. And it's kind of a difficult little telephone to work on. I showed you in the earlier video the hook switch is in this area because this arm here is what hangs it up. And there's a dual switch in there, so and that ended up needing to be cleaned also. So we went ahead and cleaned that switch, or both of them. But sometimes you have to rebuild them switches. You can't just find them anywhere. They're not exactly like the ones that you can buy aftermarket. So you pretty much have to rely on original parts or rebuild the parts that you have. And anyway, this gives you a look at what the telephone looks like inside. Even the main PC board has to come up, because there's screws up underneath that hold Mickey to the base. So it gets a little technical just taking the telephone apart. You can see all the screws that you have to remove. We have quite a pile of them here. But we know the telephone is working now, and basically what we'll have to do is just put it back together again. But the telephone has been repaired, and I'll go ahead and ring the telephone one more time. I'll set this down. I'm going to hang up the hook switch here.
Hiya, pal. You got a phone call. Oh, boy, a phone call.
I'll let that go one more time.
Gee, I wonder who it could be.
I'll go ahead and answer it. And so now that the phone is finished up, we can work on putting it back together again. But as you can see, it's a little bit difficult to work on. These animated telephones, you have to basically take them all apart and then get into the gearbox here. And then you'll find your problems in these gearboxes. And they're a little difficult to take apart too, because not only do they have screws in them, they have some little tabs that you have to take apart. And I'll show you the body here real quick. You have to take this body apart, and the gearbox basically sits right inside this body here, and it gets bolted in. So it's kind of a technical little phone, but these are very sought after telephones, and we've repaired many of these telephones, and they're a lot of fun when they're finished and they work properly. So this one's repaired and back on its way here to Monica pretty soon, and they'll be happy to get this back. This is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can get us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.